Hello there, fellow summoners. Mad Dog HT here, and I got another full Alliance War video today. This is from Season 23, War 7 that just finished today. This is up against NYC Guardians, some really big dogs. They have a ton of rank 3s. I took on 12 fights. 2 of them are partial. 11 of the 12 were rank 3s. And the first one we got is this rank 3 Korg. And this is on the Vigorous Assault Arc Overload. And so I go in boosted and with pre-fight enabled, and my whole goal here is to wait out those regenerations and then just stack as many Nova Flames on this dude as I can, get those parries off, be careful that he can shrug off the parries, and I'm just going to try to push him to L2 as much as possible and block the end of it so I can take off those indestructibles, and then I'm just going to take a little casual stroll to the other side of the screen while all of that regen falls off, and we're going to go back in, same routine. I already took off almost half of his health on that first round, so it's going really well. I hit him with a big L2, get him stunned. He looks like he's got some pretty good max limber going on because that stun didn't last a long time. Give him a little tap into the block saying, hey, come on, throw that L2. He throws it, counter it, and we're about to hit that regen again, and we're going to take another stroll back. We're just going to go all the way to the other side of the screen, and he's going to come with me and then go back at it, and we're going to finish this dude off. This went a lot better than I expected. I did put on an invulnerability boost, didn't need to use it, but we soloed that Korg. Pretty good showing. I had officers in my group. I was asking like, hey, I have a Korg and a Killmonger. You think I can take him with torch? And they're like, don't do it, don't do it. Well, I got the one down. So now we're going back in. This is no 13. This has the Masochism and Indomitable. We're going with torch. I still do have that indestructible boost active, and we're boosted up. And I really just like torch for this fight generally because I like the on-demand incinerates that can basically disable the masochism. I mean, you will trigger some regen here or there, but normally the regen will be pretty much blocked from all of the incinerates that are on. You can see there I kind of missed my timing on making sure that I had her invisibility knocked down. Luckily I was able to counter with the special one and kind of get out of range. And here we're going to get another knockdown. I'm not really too concerned with trying to keep my temperature up. I'm going to block the L1s to build up some smolder when I can. And yeah, basically get ready to do double parries, and you know, masochism will take care of itself in normal combos, and then just kind of keep an eye out on her shield timer, because yeah, like that. And it's kind of messed up because the shield timer and the masochism timer, they look very, very similar, and so it's a little hard to manage. And I'm gonna mess up here in just a second, and I'm gonna get tagged. I think it's somewhere here, but the indestructible boost definitely does save me some health right there. I'm not even sure what I was trying to do, whether I was trying to go for an intercept or whatever, but she intercepted me. Takes off a decent amount of health, but nothing too crazy. Got one degen on me, and we're going to finish her off right here. Rank 3, Guillotine 2099 goes down, and we're going to move on to the next fight. So that's solo number 2 of a rank 3 6-star up against these NYC Guardians. Man, they have a stacked defense. We're gonna keep going. So now we have Mole Man. So Mole Man can shrug off stuns and whatever, but he can't do it if you have the white Magneto synergy. So I had a buddy on my my line on the left side, Doom Slug. He brought both red mags and white mags. He just ranked up his 6-star rank 2 white mags. Applies the pre-fight. That means I'm going to have guaranteed stuns for the whole entire fight on this. So this is just my normal thing cheese. I'm just going to redline it, going to smash this dude, not have to worry about having anything as far as my stuns being shrugged off. We have the Power Focus 1 node up. I did notice that it seems like the Petrify Mastery doesn't interact with the passive stuns, because normally you're supposed to get 30% reduced power, and I just noticed that I was able to push this guy to L2 with a lot less hits than normal. So I don't know if that's supposed to be the case, because I mean, Petrify is supposed to be any stuns, but it definitely seems like this dude's gaining a lot more power than I normally would see, because I pretty much never am able to push guys to L2 with the Power Focus 1, and I pushed him to it twice. I think I might even push it to him a third time. I don't even think this guy ever throws an L1. And you can just see, like, he's got tons and tons of Furies, and you're like, what's the strategy? Well, give him as many Furies as he wants, because the stronger he is, I get auto protection pretty much on every hit. So I basically take no damage. It's super hard to kill thing on this node when you give him a whole bunch of Fury. So I lost 2% health, 88 hits, rank 3 Mole Man down. Now we're going up against the Power Snack node. That's backup recovery. This is a rank 3 hit monkey. If this dude hits you, ooh, it's gonna hurt. So one, don't get hit. And basically, I'm gonna try to build up my Furies. I think I throw one special and then I kind of just stall so that I can kind of convert a few more Furies. But basically, I'm going to make sure that I stick to this dude's L1, which is really easy to evade for me. It's just 3 dash backs. Boom, there we go. And you can counter it. There was, I think at the start, I just kind of let him roll with it, and then towards the end I started countering his special one and getting my combo in there. And I know his L2 has a whole bunch of hits, and I think you only need to do like 2 evades to fully evade it. But yeah, I'm just gonna stick to the L1s just because that's what I'm used to doing and I'm comfortable with that. So we hit him with the special, and he had that primal rage fury mode going on, so we let that just kind of cool down, and he's back to normal. I can stun him, can't shrug anything off, and I just need to make sure I keep an eye out on that 50% threshold, and make sure that I don't push him over 50% with a lot of power. I want to have him pretty much be at no power. That's ideal, so that way when he gets that big power gain at 50%, he doesn't get to L2 or L3, which would be terrible. Their backup recovery's triggered. Stun him. Gets a little bit of power. My Petrify did kick in there and reduce some of that power for sure. And I'm almost to max Fury now. One more block and I will be at 60, or there, we just converted. We're at 60 Fury, so now we're hitting at max potential. The 60 Furies, it's like 7k attack, and that's before boost on my rank 5 thing. So it's, I'm hitting pretty hard right now, and I think I'm just gonna finish off with an L3. I'm gonna redline it. I just don't want to have to deal with him going crazy and unblockable and being able to shrug off stuns. If you don't knock him down, hit monkey, he's pretty easy to deal with. He's not a stubborn defender, so you can see all of those destructible charges that I got. And I think right here I'm gonna finish him off with an L3. Yeah, 98 hits, 99, 100, 101, 102. So goes down. I've lost very little health on those 2 fights, both class disadvantage, rank 3, skill champions, things just strolling along, 85% health. So it's looking really, really good. And next up, we're going to take the Mixmaster today. Normally we see Korg on this fight pretty much all the time, and my buddy Mirage Turtle destroys him with his Storm Pyramid X. And so it's actually kind of nice to see somebody else, because I kind of am able to get in the mix. I'm going to go in with Torch, and the main reason I'm going to go in with Torch, I wanted to go in with Guillotine 2099 to get her charged up for the Apocalypse Polka Dot Power fight. But I needed to get my pre-fight back, because I'm gonna use Torch on Killmonger Buffet. You might think that that's not a good idea. We'll see about that. So I've done 2 fights now after that Korg fight. I've done the Guillotine 2099 and this long shot fight, and I still haven't got my pre-fight back. So I'm kind of like, this kind of sucks. I know my chance to get it back is not, great with my SIG being only level 55, but this guy's melting. This guy does have high Mystic Dispersion. It's like 4 out of 5. I think it looked like 5 out of 5, but pretty much at a high temperature. I can't miss. I was still doing the Mix Master combo and everything, but we take that long shot out, no problem. And now we're going up against this Symbiote Supreme. Normally I would bring Thing into this because he's shock immune, but like I said, I need to get that pre-fight back. And we start this up and we don't get it back. I'm like, oh, come on, this is just brutal. It was like a 50% chance that I would get it back on this fight based off of my SIG and how many fights I've done. So we're just gonna hammer this guy. We're gonna do a lot of hits under the stun, which I think it minimizes his power gain, even though it's like that constant. And before he even gets to use 1 bar of power, he is just nuked. So a rank 3 Symbiote Supreme, he goes down super easy, super quick. My Torch is just burning people right now, and I'm just having a blast. So next up, we have on node 30, this is the Vigor and the Indomitable. It's a Magik SIG 200. I'm partly boosted from that Symbiote Supreme fight. I'm pretty confident that this chick's gonna melt super fast. And basically I'm gonna do a lot of parry and 1 hits to build up a lot of extra smolder, keep my temperature up high, have those incinerates do the max damage as possible. And she won't be able to regen because she's not gonna even cross over those 25, she will be crossing over those 25% thresholds. But even if she were to have that, the incinerates are gonna block it. And this person also does have high Mystic Dispersion. The Limbo took me for some damage, but nothing too crazy. And we take Magik down 17 hits, no problem. So that was the only rank 5, the only one that wasn't a rank 3 6-star. Now here's the fight that my buddies were like, you should not use Torch on. I'm like, no, I think I can do it. I think I can do it. So can we do it? We're gonna boost up big because we're going all the way to the end to the boss. With these boost on. This is a rank 3 Killmonger. It is only 660, but my plan here is to block, make sure I never trigger Dex because I don't want that buffet coming, get some nice intercepts on, doing medium light mediums, which are going to apply a max amount of Nova Flames, and look at him melting. I mean, like, I was like super surprised, but I'm getting off max incinerates on with the Nova Flames with my combo, and then I'm just gonna bait, block it, go back in. Reverb is triggered, but the power was pretty low, so the amount of reverb on that is gonna be pretty insignificant. And you can't take reverb damage when he has those indestructibles up. And this guy is going down, and I'm just loving it. I'm just living the dream. I'm like, yes, this dude, I'm gonna solo this dude, right? We get to the end, yep, 3 hits, trigger reverb again with low power, and we take this dude out, and we have 76% health left. That was probably as good as I could have imagined. Rank 3 Killmonger down, no problem. This next fight right there is Nova. I probably could have taken him with my Thing, but my buddy Doomslug, he had Red Magneto, and there he goes. He's going in, he's going to do his thing and wreck him because he is a metal champ, and he's going to block all of the regen, so the buffet really becomes non-issue on that. And so he takes that out clean, and we roll up to node 50. This has the unblockable regen. We're going in with Thing. Thing is my man for this node. Super easy to do. This guy, this is the guy that had the long shot that I nuked with Torch earlier. So he does have like max Mystic Dispersion, and so either a Dex or the Pustile buffs, those little yellow ones, when those fall off, he gets power gain. So that's the only thing that I have to really worry about. I didn't throw on an invulnerability boost, but I threw on that L3 protection. I don't even remember the last time that I've actually used one of those boosts. So I figured if I happen to push him to L3, I could trigger protection. If I didn't have protection, it would help reduce the damage, and hopefully I would survive. I know that there's poison applied, but hopefully we'd be able to survive it. So at the beginning of the fight with this man thing, and this is a rank 3 man thing, I'm pretty certain it's 5 out of 5 MD. If not, it's 4 out of 5. But I'm just doing a lot at the beginning of the fight before he crosses that 50% threshold. I'm just doing a lot of parries, building up a lot of destructibles, and just trying to keep an eye on how many of those pistol debuffs, how many buffs I have on him. So now I got 5, and I'm like, ooh, I gotta wait this out. You're gonna see, boom, he shoots up a half a bar of power, and then he's gonna go, another one falls off, he almost gets a full bar. So he's got some good Mystic Dispersion going on. But we're just going to try to work around that, and we're trying to get him to bait an L3. We're consuming a few of the destructibles, but I still got 14 left. And so the whole idea is build up as many destructibles as you can, and that way when he starts firing specials when he's under 50% and getting the regen instead of that fury that right there, so every special after this he's going to be getting a regen, and then he's going to be fully unblockable. So I can't block, so you got to dex that, and I'm going to wait some of these out. It's going to consume some destructibles because I'm triggering dex on some of these late evades, and then I can parry and then go to town on this dude, kind of letting some of those spores fall off, and I'm redlining it. And the main reason why I haven't been really throwing specials is because I'm going to be unstoppable and unblockable, so that's 2 extra buffs to feed into Mystic Dispersion, and I just want to do as little as I can. I get tagged right there, take a little bit of chip damage, and that unstoppable triggers some extra Mystic Dispersion, and so we're just, there. He was almost at 3 bars. If I probably would have hit him, that dex falling off would have most likely pushed him to L3, but we're just kind of playing around, hitting into his block while that regen is up, and then we just kind of go back, hoping that he'll come in, throw a special. I try to push the special too, because I just feel like it's easier to evade without triggering dex and to counter without getting like parried or anything. And so we go in, we throw a big L3, hoping that this is going to like pretty much kill him or come close to killing him. He was at 22%, and we take off 11%. I'm fully unblockable, unstoppable, so I just start smashing, and I know that those are going to fall off, so I just go for it, and I push him to L3, but he doesn't throw it, and I finish him off being fully unblockable. He is just a monster attacker. I think he's very underrated. A lot of people don't use him. He is great, especially with Human Torch synergy. It makes him awesome. Even more awesome. And now we're strolling up to this rank 3 Apocalypse Guillotine 29. I haven't used her. She's not charged up, so we're starting at 0 combo, but we are boosted, and the whole plan here is to be as conservative as possible. Going to be doing a lot of early blocks, let him hit into my block. It's only doing like 200 or whatever per hit. I haven't used any of my pre-fights. So that the armor is nice. Block all the parts of the special. Block everything. Blocking is the name of the game for this fight. It makes it super safe. I'm not going to lose my combo. Make sure I always block early. Don't parry this dude. And so far it's pretty much a tie, right? So we're at 84 to 84%. We're going to change that up a little bit very, very soon. I'm going to be throwing off a few L1s here and there to power drain him. I get the max power drain because I have both of my pre-fights still available, so I get the most drain out of it. He isn't throwing a special at the moment. That's okay. I got the special one because those degens, with the polka dot power, I'm gaining some power. Hit him with an L1 when he's at full L3, so I get a nice drain. And this fight is turning in my favor. It's looking pretty good. Need him to throw a special 2 here because I hadn't got any degens. And again, we're just going to block all of this. We're not going to trigger any indestructibles. Go back in, start hammering this guy out. And towards very soon, instead of getting a nice block like I had been, we're going to accidentally parry. Not a good thing. We get out of the corner. We're going to hit him with a special 1, drain a bunch of his power. That's right here. It's coming up. It's very close. Maybe it's after this special 2. So parry the first one, block the rest. You probably could, if I had the timing down and I felt comfortable with it, I probably could parry all the projectiles in that to reduce some of the damage. It hasn't happened right there. I was at 98 combo. I got combo protection. I still have my 98 combo. I didn't lose too much health. We're gonna just block all of this stuff. Blocking. Like I can't risk stunning this guy again. Otherwise, I'm gonna be dead. I haven't really paid attention to trying to build any combo shields from my heavy. I know you can counter his heavy with your heavy, but we finished this dude off with an L2. He's at 3 bars of power, 126 hits, one stun, smack to the face. Combo shield helped me out, but we knocked down that rank 3 Apocalypse without starting with their combo. So I was super happy about the result of that. And then my buddy Doomslug, he goes in, applies the pre-fight. He's going in with Warlock, and he fails. You know, I don't blame him. This Weapon X fight, there's you know, the experience of fighting Weapon X is pretty much in duels. So he lost this one. So we're gonna come in. We do have the White Magneto pre-fight. I didn't heal up for this. We had already, spoiler alert, we had lost the war. And NYC, they did really well. And after we saw that we had lost, I think there was just a lot of guys that kind of gave up some, and we had a bunch of deaths. So I get tagged there. Luckily, combo shield protects me some. I didn't lose too much health. Now he's in his berserk mode, and berserk mode pretty much means he's in fury oscillate mode, which is basically if he has a bar, 1 bar, he's pretty much guaranteed to throw it. So his play style is super predictable. So he's gonna throw a special, gonna do some short combos, potentially to keep him under a bar of power and then counter him. So boom, 4 hit combo, draft back, intercept, push him over, let him throw his L1. We're gonna get back in the corner, 4 combo, draft back, intercept, push him over to L1, let him throw it. Same thing, repeat. And we're just gonna build our combo just like that. 4 hits, draft back, intercept him, push him over L1, let him throw that, counter it, repeat. And he's going to be unblockable for like this whole rest of this, well, most of the fight. And then finally he's going to have all of his rage charges fall off pretty soon, and that means I can go and parry him again. And I got full parries going on because of the White Magneto synergy, which is super nice. And the only mistake that I do in this fight is right at the end. I should have thrown my L3 right there, and I was just in the moment smashing this dude. Weapon X goes down. I should have thrown my L3 to carry over my charges. Would have been helpful because we come up to the thing boss. We cleared all the right side. Finally, the left side gets cleared by all my other buddies, and we send in one of our guys with a Fury because pretty much most of our other guys got kind of wiped out on the left side pretty good, and he didn't do very much. He did 8%. So I'm going in. I'm like, well, we got to get this guy down. So I'm going with Torch. So I bring in Torch. I probably would have, if Guillotine 2099 was charged, I would have brought in Guillotine 2099 because I think she could do really well against this thing. And basically, Torch, he is not a stubborn defender, so I don't get any indestructibles. And I'm just trying to do short, medium combos to apply as many incinerates as possible. I'm not really trying to keep up my temperature. I feel like that's just adding one more complex piece of this fight that you have to kind of keep track with. And so I'm just doing a lot of parries. I mean, even though you can't parry stun them, you can still parry them, and that's going to help keep indestructibles off. It's going to help minimize the block chip damage that you're taking. And Torch, if I had to pre-fight, I think I could probably solo a thing with a Torch, with good play, if I had the pre-fight on the whole fight, which I don't. Here I set it up to where, boom, I parry, I'm going to back off, and I think I'm going to throw the L3. So we're starting at a fresh set of rock stacks. And yeah, we're just going to try to get as many hits in while we have Nova Flame so we can get some power stings. But he doesn't really play too nice. Packs off instead of goes into his heavy. And I only get a couple. I think I got the one from the L3 and then two from the end of that combo. So not a ton of sting damage there. And we're just trying to manage these rock stacks. We're going to go medium, light, medium, push them to 15. And then bait the special ones. I'm triggering indestructible every once in a while. This guy's at max. This is a max sig 200 rank 3 thing. He's at 60 fury, so even those parries on those blocks, they're taking like 1k per hit. So I'm just kind of dwindling down. And there I messed up. I intercepted him with 15 stacks, get smacked, and I die. So the first death of the war. This fight wasn't ever really going to be assigned to me. But then I'm just going to go in. So we go in with Thing. And you know what? Thing is a beast. Alright? I don't care what anybody says. He is a great attacker. And you're going to see this guy starts at 69%. Rank 3, 6 star. And, I started off at 60% or whatever. I'm not full health. And you're going to see some pretty decent damage. I think personally I do pretty well gameplay wise, and we're gonna manage this dude's rock stacks. We're gonna hit him with some L3s is the key. You can see I'm gonna throw off an L2 at some point, I think here soon, and those L2s are just gonna trigger protection, and so you're not gonna be able to do a ton of damage just because it's hitting so hard. So yeah, there I got 2,000. And I don't even know what that was. Was that only 784? Maybe it was a little bit more, but it was a small amount because I triggered protection. Because I'm getting those furies. I have 26 furies at the moment. We have a decent amount of destructibles to use. Here's another one, 28. Yeah, that was 821. So the protection is just after I threw that second one, I'm like, nah, I gotta stick to L3s. L3s, it will trigger protection, but it's after the damage that you deal. So I think that's just the best way to go. If I would have done that, I think this fight would have ended a little bit faster, a little bit cleaner, a little less health lost. And I went to test out an L1, and I'm like, I wonder how good my Incinerate will do, because I have the Torch synergy, and it's just healing him. So I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. I think he was doing like 76 damage, and he was healing for like 140, so he basically healed back he got double the willpower heal on the damage that I was doing. And you're looking at this 49%, and I have 15% health, and that's what, 9 destructibles, 8, and you're like, 2 minutes have gone by, I haven't done much damage, but here we go. We're gonna hit him with a big L3, and it's gonna do a decent amount of damage. Let's check out to see the number that comes out of this. What do we get? Just under 22,000, 21,700. So not bad. The damage isn't like incredible, but it's not bad. And then you go fully unblockable, so you can kind of wail on him so long as he isn't at the max rock stacks. And we're just gonna try to bait this dude out. And I'm at max fury, so I'm at my max potential for my attack. I am under 50%, so I got courage on, and we're just gonna try to end this fight. Doesn't look too great, right? I got 4 destructibles. I'm getting out of these specials. Just smashing this dude as much as I can. And he's starting to go down. Bait that heavy, push him to 15, and we get out of the corner. And now look, no rock stacks or no destructibles. We're gonna hit him. Let's see what kind of damage we get on this one. It's probably gonna be pretty similar, I suppose. 20 something damage, 20k, maybe more. 20,900. So it's a little bit less, and that's probably just because he's got more physical resistance, even though I might have gotten a few more furies from the last L3. But man, we are doing some damage. But check that out. I got the indestructible. We get a parry off. Boom. Triggers him to bait the heavy. And now we're just going to town on this dude. We got a destructible. We're trying to get him to throw a special or a heavy. We'll take that. And we get him to 11. No problem. He's almost back to 1 bar. We get him back to 15. We get out without triggering dex. And this dude is going to be gone. Intercept him. We get to an L3, 1%. No problem. Thing is going to smash it. So the thing did 69% damage. Definitely at full health, he could have lasted longer, and the damage would have been, it's ramped up towards the end. What a good showing of like how good he is. If you can play, Thing is the man. So there you go, 167 hits. We take out their boss. We lost 1 attack bonus, but we did 12 fights. Pretty much that was almost a full fight on Thing, and then half the fight on Weapon X, and just the 1 death. It was a really fun war for me. Congrats to NYC Guardians. They won pretty clearly. Then we didn't come close on the attack bonus. So we lost that one. We were back in tier 1 for the first time this season. We lost that, but we only went from Platinum 1 rank 13 down to Platinum 1 rank 15. So we dropped 2 spots. So the season's still going well. We're 5-2, and we're gonna keep smashing it out. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.